This is Fidel Castro and Che Guevara. This is Mao and Nixon. Nightmare blunt rotation. This is Winston Churchill and Stalin. Something of a nightmare blunt rotation itself, I'm sure. Two dudes stroking the pole together. Nothing wrong with that. This is Neville Chamberlain and Adolf Hitler. The nightmare blunt rotations just keep getting worse for sure. You know what? Take me back. I'll pass it to Mao and take it from Nixon rather than going down with that one, okay? Thomas Edison and Henry Ford. Nightmare blunt rotation, but probably like the third best blunt rotation you could possibly get if you only had this quiz as your options. Ringo, dude, Ringo would be in the dream blunt rotation for sure. I'm gonna say Ringo, former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, the Silver Surfer, and maybe like the Sugar Bear, the cereal mascot, not Honey Boo Boo's stepdad. Definitely not Honey Boo Boo's stepdad. Nightmare blunt rotation. Yeah, I would definitely say like Ann Coulter would certainly be in there. Maybe Tanya from that one season of 90 Day Fiancé. Yeah, definitely don't want Kanye West in the blunt rotation. That sounds like nightmare blunt rotation, just you and Kanye. Yeah, that is. I would be too high and too low at the same time. You're absolutely right. That's what they meant when they said I get up, I get down. Dream blunt rotation? I don't know. Yeah, probably I would say Paul Ryan, the guy from Seeking Sister Wives on TLC. Paul Reiser, yeah. All the Pauls. Paul Reiser, Paul Revere, Paul Ryan. Which NHL star? I don't know, dude. I've been laughing. So the Canucks still have not won a game. That's the dream blunt rotation. Me, Jimmy Carter, Abraham Lincoln, and Joe Biden. And honestly, let's just throw Meek Mill in there and just see what happens. Like, I just think it would. You get a group of people that have, you know, a lot of stuff that they could talk about. And maybe also Mark Zuckerberg. Let's just throw Mark Zuckerberg in there. Why not? Add some pupusa. Every food truck needs some kind of delicious bread. These foods do not vibe together at all. This is a nightmare blunt rotation menu. Hey, dude, come on over. We got pupusas, ceviche, and oatmeal. This is definitely a nightmare blunt rotation for sure. This shit would do permanent damage to my psyche, I think, if I happen to be on the other end of this staircase. This is Boris Johnson and Jaden and Will Smith. Ray Charles, Gal Gadot, Mark Hamill, Pablo Picasso, Sonic the Hedgehog, Rodney Dangerfield, Emilio Estevez, nightmare blunt rotation. Yeah, marry the rocket scientist. Screw the... Frick the dude who looks like Brad Pitt and kill the guy in Minecraft who was in love with his car. Nightmare blunt rotation. Shania's jilted lovers from That Don't Impress Me Much. I don't know. Honestly, only the car guy seems like he's like a nightmare blunt rotation. One of the guys is just really smart, and apparently that's not good enough for Shania for whatever reason. One of the guys is just really handsome, and she doesn't even say like he's a bad person. She just says like he's a little vain. I mean, if you're handsome, you're allowed to be vain. It's only a sin if you're like an uggo. What if it's Sheldon? Okay, Sheldon he'd be part of the nightmare blunt rotation probably. Kanye West is definitely part of the nightmare blunt rotation. You know, in Superbad, when they go to the party and there's the Michael Cera stumbles into the room where the older adults are doing cocaine and immediately like the vibe of the party turns sinister. I think that's what the Kanye blunt rotation is like. Tom Cruise, yes, we talked about it yesterday. I definitely think Tom Cruise is in the nightmare blunt rotation. I mean, there's some like you can make ones that are probably worse. Like, I don't want to be in a blunt rotation with like, you know, Bashir al-Assad and Lukashenko and stuff like that. Like, that sounds like a disaster. I don't want to be in the blunt rotation with anybody like on the America's top 10 most wanted list or anything like that. But we're playing like within reason, okay? Dr. Oz? No, I don't want to be in the... I would say pretty much straight up I don't want to be in the... I mean, I don't want to be in the blunt rotation to begin with, to be honest. I, like... It would, you know, it would be just my luck. I would... After years of abstaining, I would take a hit, and then immediately I would get a text that's like, I need you to drive me to the emergency room right now. And I'd be like, I knew it! I knew I shouldn't have smoked that stuff! It'd be just my luck, man. Be telling my 2-year-old daughter, like, can you text Uber? Can you take an Uber instead? She'd be like, goo goo gaga, I have no father, etc., etc. I don't want to be in the blunt rotation with any war criminals, and I don't want to be in the blunt rotation with any politicians, and that includes the cool ones. Because I think they would just, I don't know, I think they would be like sanctimonious about it. Like, I think, like, Beto O'Rourke would take a hint, or take a hit, sorry, and then he would be like, you know, we gotta legalize this shit. And I'm like, I know, dude, I just want to, like, can we just, like, watch something? We just put something on it, put on some sketch comedy or something like that. We don't have to, it's not all about legislation right now, okay? Can we just vibe? Just relax a little bit? He'd be like standing on top of a chair and stuff like that. I'd be like, Beto, come on, get down from there. Get down from there. What about Ann Coulter? No, she's definitely, I think we mentioned it yesterday. She's definitely part of the, she's part of the nightmare rotation for sure. Any politician is not part of the dream rotation at the very least.